guys, welcome to the YouTube channel of Code Labs. Today we have a very special guest with us. She's leading Google Developers Group, Kolachi. So without further ado, let's welcome Ms. Hira. Assalamualaikum Hira, how are you?
Walaikum salam, I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, absolutely good. Thank you for coming and thank you for taking out time. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here.
No, thank you so much for inviting and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Hira, आज हम बात करेंगे women in tech and leadership roles. So before starting that, I would like to know your journey, how you started your career, किस तरीके से आप leadership role पर आई, what was the struggle behind it?
Oh, so a long journey, I guess.
I believe.
Thank you for the question, actually. So I started. I was studying in University of Karachi in the software engineering department, UBIT. I studied from there, and while I was studying, I started volunteering with a lot of different universities and societies, and not just societies within my university, but like universities outside. So I really wanted to explore, get out of the university and see the world myself. I just had this drive. So I did, and then wahan se I was volunteering for WordCamp. It was an event held by so it was a WordPress event basically. So from there I started working with professionals, and then there I understood the gap that there is between academia and the industry. So because I was like, हम कुछ पढ़ रहे हैं और professional बिल्कुल different कर रहे हैं. Different, yeah. So I met a lot of professionals there, and then वहाँ से I eventually I joined Google Developers Group as well. And then I stuck to this for like since 2019 till now. And since then till now, I think the journey has been it's been overwhelming, it's been rewarding, and it's been I think I'd say quite impactful as well. I guess for other people.
Obviously, yes.
So. So it started like I was a volunteer in Google Developers Group. Then I started my boss was Eric Bhatti, so he was like he was very supportive. तुम्हें event करना है, कैसे करना है, किसको बुलाना चाहती हो, किस लिए event करना चाहती हो. He would ask me questions, and that would just help me to think outside the box, and I'd be like, okay, he's right, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. He would never suggest me things. He would like, what do you want to do?
Exactly.
I'd be like, okay. Then I'll step out of my comfort zone and do things on my own. And I would have never done them if I was just a university student. Probably I would have never done that. So I started doing very small events, and then eventually I got to become the Women Tech Makers lead. Karachi में Women Tech Makers का chapter नहीं था, so we started it off in I think 2019. Unfortunately, COVID hit. So we had to start online. So we started off with a blog, an event that we did with our South Asia chapters. So that was I think the first second event, which was online.
That's great.
And we collaborated with 7 chapters across South Asia, Women Tech Makers chapters. And we did an International Women's Day event. So I guess that was great. Got to meet a lot of new people online, all online. We invited Googlers as well. So it was good. It was a good initiative, I guess. And then we also started a newsletter, which it wasn't a newsletter. I'm sorry. It was more of a blog where we invited women who were in leadership roles in tech, and we interviewed them. So it was really nice. So we started doing online events and all of this newsletter and interview and everything. But then obviously I needed a team, so a lot of people started coming in, joining us, and I eventually shifted my focus to Google Developers, and Samima Khan, who joined us after a while, she started leading this chapter of Women Tech Makers, and I started focusing on GDG.
I see.
So Google Developers is we started. I started leading in 2021, late 2021. Ever since then, we've start trying to scale up our team and our conferences as well. So the first event I remember I did was like at NIC Karachi. That was my workplace back then. And the last event that I was leading was at IBA. So the first was for 150, 200 people, and the last that I did was 850 or 900
nice.
people.
That's great.
Yeah, so I think it's been a hectic journey.
I'm sure it's a wonderful one as well.
I would say yes. I think whatever I'm actually also like a professional, marketing and community professional.
That's great.
So I've switched my focus from software engineering to community and marketing because of Google developers.
That's great.
I might have not taken this role if I wasn't, aware कि अच्छा ये भी होता है.
बिल्कुल. Usually लोगों को पता भी नहीं होता है इसके बारे में.
Exactly. So I never knew that community could be a job. Marketing, I wasn't aware of how community and marketing are related. So yeah, it's been a wonderful one so far. So good.
That's great. I'm sure ये वाकई बहुत एक अच्छी जर्नी है. दूसरी चीज़ ये कि you are a role model for many girls.
Oh, thank you.
And नहीं, that's true क्योंकि I know many people जो आपको जानते हैं who are following you as well. मैं एक बहुत मेजर चीज़ हाईलाइट करना चाहूँगी कि आई हैव सीन दिस इन मैनी इंडस्ट्रीज़. वुमेन रिप्रेजेंटेशन काफ़ी कम है. आई गेस अराउंड 17% वुमेन है जो कि टेक इंडस्ट्रीज़ के अंदर भी है, और वैसे भी डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्रीज़ के अंदर काफ़ी कम वुमेन्स हैं. तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक, व्हाट इज़ द मेन कॉज, रूट कॉज क्या है? वुमेन रिप्रेजेंटेशन काफ़ी कम है, वो क्यों है? क्योंकि यू आर द रोल मॉडल एंड यू आर ऑन द लीडरशिप रोल एज वेल. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक किस वजह से, व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस दैट यूजुअली वुमेन्स फेस जिसकी वजह से वो नहीं है इतनी ज़्यादा मेल डोमिनेंसीज के अंदर नहीं है?
I think it's a lot to do with external and internal factors. So if we talk about external factors, there are a lot of external factors, obviously. I'm sure you can relate to it, and a lot of people who will watch this can relate to it. Girls especially. So one could be, if we talk about external factors, one could be lack of diversity, right? And it starts when we're raising girls, young girls. I don't know, as a nation, we're not supporting them to take on STEM roles. We're focused and we're basically motivating them to take different roles, but not engineering and tech. And then there's the stereotype कि नहीं, ये लड़कों के रोल्स हैं, लड़कियाँ डॉक्टर्स बन सकती हैं, लड़कियाँ आर्ट्स ले सकती हैं, and everything, but not engineering. Even I heard all of this when I was younger from my relatives and from my and that's not anybody's fault. It's just a stereotype coming, and you hear all of this, and then you never in future want to become that engineer or a tech person naturally. And then I think there's also lack of representation at the top.
That's true.
Because when there's no women at the top, how would you even have a role model, right? कि मैं किसकी तरह बनूं बड़े होकर,
ऐसे ही है.
So there's lot of lack of representation. But apart from all of this, I think I really want to focus on the internal factor. The internal factors that are with us as women, and what messages are we giving ourselves every day, right? And what messages are we giving to the women we work with, to the female colleagues we have, to the female friends we have, and our daughters especially.
I believe we need to push ourselves as well. हम एक nutshell के अंदर बांध हैं. I believe we need to push ourselves. हम बाउंड्री से बाहर सोचते ही नहीं हैं. And usually tech industries के अंदर, even I am working in software house, यहाँ पे भी usually women representation काफ़ी कम है, जबकि opportunities हैं. But I guess females को इतनी awareness नहीं है, knowledge नहीं है, या फिर उनके वही जो आपने discuss किया कि stereotype set है कि these roles are not for women. So sorry to cut you. Continue करें.
No, I would love to hear from you. That's
the main point कि मैं खुद भी देखती हूँ कि इस इंडस्ट्री के अंदर काफ़ी ज़्यादा रिप्रेजेंटेशन कम है, and this hits me very टारगेट पॉइंट है मेरा कि ये क्यों है ऐसा,
No, you're
क्योंकि
right.
मैं खुद
Absolutely
सॉफ्टवेयर इंडस्ट्री के अंदर से
Yeah.
हूँ और मैं कहती हूँ कि यूजुअली वुमेन्स को इन रोल्स की तरफ आना चाहिए, यहाँ पे अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं,
Yeah.
बट हम प्रमोट नहीं करते और शायद मे बी उनको खुद से अवेयरनेस है नहीं, मेंटरशिप नहीं है.
बहुत बड़ा रीज़न.
बिल्कुल,
Yes,
that's true.
awareness नहीं है, mentorship नहीं है, representation ही नहीं है.
Hmm.
So I'll give you an example. When I started my career, I started as a blockchain content creator, right? So it was more of a technical writing role, right? It was technical.
That's true.
So I was the first woman in the company, and the company had like 11 to 10 boys.
Okay.
I was the first woman.
यही तो बात है कि ये
Yes.
काफ़ी ज़्यादा अच्छी बात है ये एक्चुअली.
So I'm glad that I
They
was
gave you
the
the
first
opportunity.
one
Exactly.
that stepped in. I was like, no, you have to make space for me.
That's true.
so I think ऐसे बहुत सारे scenarios मैंने देखे. There are a lot of places where I went. I was the only woman on the team or on the table per se. And last job where I was working, I was the only female manager, like on the top.
That's
right.
great.
So rest of the people were very senior, but all were males, right? So yeah, again, अच्छा दूसरा, I was discussing the internal factors, right? So coming back to that, I think we as women need a lot of self-assurance.
That's true.
We don't believe that, okay, there's this position, we are capable of having that. And I myself included. Every woman.
That's true.
And I know a lot of people will nod hearing
I
hearing
totally
that.
relate with you.
Yeah. So women feel like ये हमारा नहीं है. I can't do this. I can't do that. इसकी example ये है कि when I was younger, I was in school. I would always be an average kid on my own will. उसका reason ये था कि I'll be like, okay, if this guy is coming first, I don't really care. I mean, I can never beat him. This is the message that I would give to myself. And the guy who was a topper would study all year long, and I was always in the top 5, always top 3, top 5, top 3, top 5. But I would study a day before exams.
That's true.
So I never compared that. I was like,
that's a
मैं
bit
तो
of
कभी
a
भी-
reality.
मैं तो कभी भी beat नहीं कर सकती उसको. But now when I think of it, I'd be like, okay, what? Did I just do that to myself? Yeah. So शुरू से, and my father was always like, if I was not in the top 3, he would not even clap for me.
Oh.
He would be like, you need to be, you need to work hard, you need to focus, and not in a harsh way, but he expected more of me because he could see what I couldn't see back then.
That's true. That's true.
So yeah, I think we need a lot of self-assurance, and we need to work on our limiting beliefs. कि हम ये नहीं कर सकते, हम इसके काबिल नहीं हैं. If we start working on that, a lot of external factors wouldn't matter
That's true.
at the end of the day. So yeah.
That's a wonderful point. इसी से मैं connection में आपसे पूछना चाहूँगी, what are the unique strengths that you think a woman should possess? Usually leadership roles के अंदर, क्योंकि obviously एक वही वाली बात की स्टीरियोटाइप सेट है कि यूजुअली वुमेन नहीं हो सकती लीडरशिप रोल्स पे, यूजुअली मेल्स ही हो सकते हैं. तो व्हाट आर द यूनिक स्ट्रेंथ्स और स्किल्स दैट यू थिंक के वुमेन्स के अंदर होनी चाहिए हैं ताकि वो लीडरशिप रोल्स पे आ सके? ऑब्वियसली आई एम श्योर आपने भी एक स्ट्रगल करी होगी, एंड नाउ यू आर इन वंडरफुल पोजीशन, यू आर रोल मॉडल फॉर मेनी पीपल. तो वो क्या स्ट्रेंथ्स हैं जो आपको लगता है कि वो हाईलाइट होनी चाहिए हैं, जो यूजुअली वुमेन्स के अंदर होनी चाहिए?
I think there's a natural quality in women which is called empathy.
That's true.
And
Empathy.
yeah, so being empathetic is the first step to becoming a great leader and not a manager. This is what I also, leadership is a journey, right? You learn at every step.
That's true.
And when you have a team, I didn't, जैसे मैंने बताया कि when I started off, I was like women tech makers when there was nobody. So we had to build a team over time and everything. So when I jumped into building a team in that journey, I realized that there are so many things that I have to learn on the way, and the good quality that I had, but which was natural, that I was an empath. And then I realized how it had helped me over the years. When I would hire a team, or when you'd hire a team as a leader, you'll have to work with different personalities.
That's true.
And to navigate that, empathy helps a lot.
That's true.
And if you're not
That's
an
a very
empath,
good point, actually.
yeah, if you're not an empath, you don't want to, you just want to order people, or you just want to boss them around. Eventually you'll either आपकी team आपसे, they'll just do the work and leave, right? जो कि हमारे बहुत सारे ऑफिस में होता है, because the leaders are so authoritative, then they're like, okay, we don't really care about your work, we'll just do it and leave. Or either you'll एक तो उनकी motivation lose हो जाएगी, या either you basically they'll look for other jobs.
ये काफ़ी अच्छा पॉइंट है. एम्पैथी ना वाकई बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. यूजुअली मेल्स के ना ये चीज़ मैंने भी फेस करी हैगी कि यूजुअली डोमिनेशन काफ़ी ज़्यादा है और दूसरे अथॉरिटेटिव बिहेवियर काफ़ी ज़्यादा होता है. आई बिलीव वुमेन्स जो हैं वो थोड़े से ज़्यादा डाउन टू अर्थ होती हैं, वो अंडरस्टैंड करती हैं ये चीज़ों को. सो
आई थिंक it's not to do with कि उनकी नेगेटिव क्वालिटी और माई पॉजिटिव. It's just that कि it's different with men and women, and it's on you as a leader how you're using both strengths. So being assertive and authoritative is also a very nice strength, right? But the way you use it as a leader is great. Should be smart. And then one quality for women is also how they communicate.
That's true.
You meet a lot of women at the top. They're very humble and they're very down to earth, and they're very they talk to you as if they're not the big shot that they are.
Absolutely.
But if we compare that to a lot of men, they come off sometimes unwillingly as well, a bit harsh or assertive.
That's true.
So again, it's communication and empathy for me at least. Yeah.
That's true. फिर मुझे ये बताएं, what are the strategies or initiatives जो गूगल ने लिए हो यूजुअली वुमेन रिप्रेजेंटेशन के लिए?
Yeah.
क्योंकि नॉट ओनली गूगल, आपने आई एम श्योर आप बहुत सारे लोगों से मिलती हैं, बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप से, या फिर हमारे कहना चाहिए कि एंटरप्रेन्योर्स से आप मिल रही हैं, तो आपको क्या लगता है व्हाट आर द इनिशिएटिव्स जो उन्होंने लिए हो फॉर वुमेन रिप्रेजेंटेशन?
So if we talk about Google specifically, so Google ka there's a program within the Google Developers Group chapter. Both are non-profit, obviously. It's called Women Tech Makers, which we started in Karachi in 2019.
I see.
So we have chapters across the world, and males and females both are leading it.
That's great.
Right?
That's great.
Yeah, it's actually good. So what we focus on as Women Tech Maker ambassadors is that we want to promote more women in tech. And by that we mean we want to create supportive groups for women where they can come and they can talk and they can feel that they have a place where they belong, right? And they can discuss about technical topics, about leadership, even about their personal lives. I myself felt like back in my university times, I don't belong here, or I don't belong in this class, or I don't belong in that class. But when I started working with women tech makers, I met people across the world online, and then I also met people in the industry. Then I've met new friends. I got new mentors, female mentors, role models. So this is something that women tech makers can give you a huge community of women you can connect with, and then they provide you content on leadership and tech, which you can content and resources which you can use in become a better leader or a person a technical person. And then a lot of other initiatives are Girls Who Code, Code Girls, which is established by Shamim Rajani and Ms. Faiza Yusuf. It's in Pakistan.
Okay.
They also teach young girls how to code, and then they also hire those females. So that's a wonderful initiative.
So these are the non-profit organizations, right?
Yes. I would like to add one program over here. It's not specifically for women, but it's for everybody to join. It's called Bano Qabil by Al-Khidmat. I was recently invited to their aptitude test and project exhibition. I think they're great. They're doing a great job and on a massive scale actually. So I think you should also explore that program. इसमें वो ये करते हैं कि they have a 6 to 7 months of program where they teach digital skills. It includes program, it includes design, marketing, etc. etc.
That's great.
And then फिर उसके अंदर वो लोग इन सारे projects की exhibition करते हैं after they're done with their course basically. So I think and I saw those projects, they were amazing. So I think there are a lot of programs and initiatives that are going on currently in Pakistan.
These are very good initiatives, I believe. Here I'm sure ये conversation काफ़ी ज़्यादा helpful रही होगी बहुत से audience के लिए. I would like to wrap up. Actually हमारे पास भी time थोड़ा सा limited होता है, लेकिन हाँ, I would like to wrap up with this. I want you to highlight one piece of advice जो आप देना चाहेंगी मेरी audience को, जो specifically for women जो leadership roles के अंदर आना चाहें, उनको आप क्या advice देना चाहेंगी? And if someone wants to take guidance from you related to these programs or anything, तो वो किस तरीके से आपको contact कर सकते हैं?
Okay, so first up, the advice part. I would say that you should have a support system, a very strong support system. So people who tell you that you can do anything, you can change the world, and you actually do. When somebody tells you that you can, you do.
That's true.
Okay. So have people around you who believe you.
Exactly.
Who believe in your dreams, and trust me, you'll do wonders.
Positive पीछे positivity होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, pushback बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है, I believe.
So having a support system who can actually support you, and then work on your brand. I'd say, like this is specifically for the girls who are studying right now. That work on your LinkedIn profile, work on your skills before you graduate. It really helps a lot. Yeah.
True.
And if anybody wants to contact me, they can send me a message on my LinkedIn. I reply really late. I wouldn't lie here. I wouldn't lie. Yeah, they can obviously reach me out.
लेकिन I'm sure उनको मिल जाएगा answer.
Hopefully. So my name is Hira T on LinkedIn, and you can search me up or contact me there.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Hira, for taking out time. It's an absolute pleasure. I'm sure जो conversation हमारी रही है usually वो भी audience को काफ़ी ज़्यादा helpful रहेगी, क्योंकि obviously there are very few people जो initiatives के बारे में बात करते हैं. There are many initiatives, I believe, नहीं पता होता लोगों को, and specifically you are in a leadership position, so लोग follow भी obviously इसीलिए कर रहे होते हैं क्योंकि ज़्यादा उनको mentorship नहीं मिल रही होती है. तो these are the very few peanuts जो लोगों को मिलना चाहिए. I believe वो बहुत ज़्यादा wonders create कर सकते हैं ये audience के लिए. So thank you so much for sharing. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here, Hira.
Thank you so much. It was lovely coming. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. So thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.